We'll return to Star Trek following these messages.
Word Balloon is brought to you by the League of Word Balloon Listeners.
Connecticut's #1 Comic-Con is back! Apple Hagon Soul! Meet actors from TV, movies, anime, comic book creators too! Shop for comics, toys, and more! Dress up as a hero, Terrific Con! August 8th through the 10th at Mohegan Sun! Tickets on sale now at terrificcon.com!
Kingdom Come is 4 separate issues, 48 pages apiece. It was an all-immersive kind of lifestyle for me.
It blew people away. I mean, this was the most sought-after book there was.
This was something very new, very different.
No one had seen anything like that at that scale before.
It was amazing.
I never thought from anything that people would still be talking about this book 25 years later.
If you're here at Word Balloon, it's because you like comics, creators, conversation, pop culture subjects. Would you consider joining the League of Word Balloon Listeners? Patreon.com/wordballoon. When you subscribe, you'll also be part of the Word Balloon Book Club, where Brian Michael Bendis and I will pick a comic every month to review and discuss live with the League on this show. Join the League today, patreon.com/wordballoon. Thank you always for your support, League of Word Balloon listeners. Welcome back, everybody. It's time again for another Word Balloon Live, a Trek watch, but also later in the show, we will be giving you our spoiler review of Fantastic Four First Family. Wayne is on assignment, but we got Franco and we got Mitch, and eventually we may have Scoot as well. But boys, I know you didn't have an opportunity Thursday when I talked to Wayne about Star Trek Episode 4 of Strange New Worlds, this third season. And A Space-Time Adventure, I believe, is the title of it. And I want to know what your guys' thoughts are before I start complaining.
Go ahead, Franco. I'll get in.
I didn't hear what you guys talked about with the third episode because I missed that completely.
Oh, so, and you can mention the third episode too, Francis, by all means.
For the life of me, I can't remember what the story was right now.
Spock was dancing. Wasn't that the one?
No, right. No, that was in the second episode. But if I may, I'll explain real fast. Episode 3, Pike and M'Benga go to that planet looking for the flower to cure Captain Batel of the Gorn infection.
Which I liked. I liked that episode a lot. It was very Star Trek-y.
Yeah.
Very zombie with the I thought the zombie thing. Yeah, I'm regressing. I know you guys are ready to talk about the other one.
No.
I like that episode, which is why I wanted to bring it out, even though I couldn't remember it in the moment just now.
Yeah,
I thought the zombie thing was going to be like horrible, and I'm like, oh god, really? They're doing this, but it actually worked well within the story, so I liked it.
Yeah,
and it was a scientific-y, Star Trek-y explanation, which was good for me. The new episode, I don't know what the hell is going on. I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, where are they pulling some of these plot points from? You know, the beginning one kind of confused me, and obviously because they were misleading you. But he was doing the full Kirk thing, and he was acting and stuff like that, and the Kirk character. But then, they got into the story, and they get into the who's and whys and I didn't even mind it being a holodeck kind of training or like this is the initial rollout. Let's see what it looks
Sure.
like, whatever. Because I could buy that explanation, but just the story elements and how they came to the conclusions, I was lost. Maybe because I was painting while I was working, while I had that on, but I was very confused, I think.
Well,
What do you think? What do you think, Mitchie?
I was telling a friend of mine who stopped watching Star Trek ever since the relaunches and stuff. He was an old diehard. He knows all the original. He won't watch the new stuff. He said it doesn't exist. Whatever. And I was telling him at first, I said, "Oh, there was a holodeck." First words out of his mouth, "Yeah, that's not possible." I go, yeah, I know. But they explained they were just doing a test on it. He goes, they test it and then they don't reuse it for another 90 years. What the hell kind of test? I go, okay, forget that part of it. But like Franco said, when it opened up, I thought I was watching a Saturday Night Live sketch. Like when they did it years ago with Belushi and everybody, when they met Elliot Gould and he was from the network, he was an executive guy. Yep. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of funny. Maybe they're on a planet where they have to act out something and there's James Kirk. And then it just went crazy. It turned into a Murder, She Wrote with Dixon Hill, with Columbo thrown in there. And then I'm thinking, it was just so distracting because I'm like, is Anson Mount supposed to be Gene Roddenberry? Is that a dig towards Roddenberry that they canceled it on the second season? They're getting somebody else to replace him. And the other guy was obviously William Shatner. So there's a lot of in stuff if you know your Trek behind the scenes lore. But as a story, it didn't work because one, I've seen this before. There was that episode where Data gets locked into the holodeck as Sherlock Holmes, and they have to solve it because he's going to blow up the ship. Or it was a do or die situation. And then when Scotty, didn't they do the same thing where he had to talk to the people inside the holodeck, and they did some kind of weird communication? I could have swore I've seen that plot before.
Well,
too.
Picard. Don't forget Picard season 3, where they saw Moriarty. They had to say the right thing.
Yeah.
To get the Moriarty hologram. But
Right.
yeah, no, I agree with you, Mitch. The problem with this episode first was there's nothing original in this one. And
No.
I don't mind that it's a holographic room episode, but it was a little bit of the Data episode, a little bit of Big Goodbye, which was the first season, Dixon Hill episode and everything. But when the more I thought about it, because initially when Wayne and I were talking, I'm like, the meta thing that the Roddenberry-esque character that Anson Mount was playing and the others and stuff, and the way they were talking about the original series, at first I wasn't offended, but the more I think about it, I'm not personally offended, but they are kind of shitting on the original show. Mm-hmm. And it really is like, man, you guys really hate the building blocks. And you can say, oh, but Uhura's speech as the agent shows that, oh, no, they absolutely respect it. I don't think so. And really, it was unnecessary to take. I mean, Shatner is an easy target. We know that they are having issues with Shatner. So I don't think they did anything to. I mean, I guess they feel like the door's closed and they never will have Shatner work with them, I guess. But also the Roddenberry digs. And it's like they got personal because they made the allusion to the casting couch and that he's banging everybody and that he and Shatner were maybe banging the same person. Yeah. And also, yeah, like you said, Mitch, he got fired and how dare they? But I'm moving on to movies, which Roddenberry did even in, the very late 60s, early 70s, or tried to. Yeah. But yeah, it's like, man, you guys are really rude and also, listen, on the one hand, and I'm going to bring up the picture again of The Last Frontier was the name of their show. Yeah. If this is what they think represents original Star Trek, and again, they could, we were just having fun. It seemed a little mean-spirited. It really did seem a little mean-spirited. And that all they think about is, all this show was the women in short skirts and not taken seriously. And that we had a very vain leading man. And it's like, once again, you jerks forget about the good writing that was happening during the original series. And if you only think it was manly, Jim Kirk betting all the women and also that the women were just there as ornaments, then you really didn't watch the series. And it's really, again, an insult to older fans and the original series.
Not only that. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just going to get upset.
No, like I said, as soon as I saw it, when it opened up with that fake thing with Jim Kirk, and I was like, huh, what are they doing here? And then I said, oh, look, there's Nurse Chapel. And she's like, wearing short and I can see her underwear. What's going on there? And then I Fly the Ship came in.
Ortegas, yeah, she's the
Ortega.
doctor.
Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, I don't know what's happening here. But then they explained they're going to do that thing. And then Spock, I go, there was some semblance of a story, but I could not believe how long it dragged out. And I was like literally falling asleep. And I go, wait a minute, how long is tonight's episode? And it was only like 40 minutes, maybe. It wasn't that long. And I'm
it was
like,
the usual time. Yeah.
Holy crap. I mean, I literally stopped at like 22 minutes to see how much more time there was. I'm like, whenever that's my barometer, whether it's a movie or TV show. If I ever look at my watch or try to find out what time it is, whatever I'm watching, that's an indication that I'm not engaged. I'm out of it. I'm literally looking when I can get the hell out of there and go do something I want to do. And that happened here. And it just got worse and longer. And then I started getting mad at the TV because I started picking up on the whole thing about, oh, well, Shatner, why don't you act? I'm called acting. Why don't you deliver? And they're like,
I'm a little upset right now because you video FaceTime me the other day, and 2 minutes into the call, you started looking at your watch and get me in.
Rudy has a good comment, and I hear what you're saying, Rudy. He says, for me, it was like Strange New Worlds version of Captain Proton, which of course was the Voyager holodeck thing. Yeah, but Captain Proton was a 1930s parody, and this was a little too on the nose of it being an allusion to the original series. And again, I point to Uhura's passionate speech, and it's like they want it both ways. They're like, we know this is ridiculous, but we also know how important this show was, and that it's so important to be seen, and that's what this show represents. And it's like, you can't have it both ways, kids. Sorry, there's a little too much snark in your tribute to this, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, you know what I did notice about this show, and they do it. I think it's probably in their contract. I wouldn't be surprised. When I had Ethan Peck here, was it last year? I think it was last year. Yeah, I should have asked him. It's nothing personal against him, but I do think they write it into his script or his contract that at least once or twice a year he's out of the suit, he's out of the ears, and he's just like normal face. They already did it with he turned human one episode, and then there's a nightmare sequence, or there's always something with that. And the same thing with Uhura. Very lovely actress, Celia Rose Gooding. She was here last year too. But it's kind of cool where they take them out of their normal like costumes and they wear them in normal clothes. And even Captain Pike there got to look a little crazy looking. He looked like Elliot Gould, I thought. I even texted him. He posted on Instagram, and I said I thought it was Elliot Gould for a minute. But I mean, I don't know if they're catering. I mean, I'll tell you, number one's hair was a lot better this week than that thing last week when she had the.
That was weird. That was a weird haircut, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think in this episode it was her natural hair. I thought.
I think it was. No, I think she's a wig. She doesn't. No,
yeah, it's another wig. It was another wig because I saw her on the CBS Morning Show, and she said that even when she's a brunette and her hair is down, that's a wig as well. But go ahead.
No, I thought because I thought she was blonde in the simulation that was her real hair.
No, she was.
And she was the older one. Yeah.
I mean, essentially, she was doing Lucille Ball. That was
I caught that too when she was like doing the Desi. There was so much Trek history in this. It's almost like it should have been ran on September 6th or whatever it is, the Star Trek Day. Yeah, because I mean, maybe it made sense, but like you said, it was not done as a tribute. It was done as a snarky, tongue-in-cheek, crapping all over the thing, and I'm like, wow, this is almost like an insider, like I don't know how to describe. It's like fanboys when they make fun of like. The movie's like, oh, Chris Evans, he needed it. Or they'll take you some personal stuff off screen and they'll throw it into like, well, you know how Zendaya and Tom Holland were acting because they're really dating in real life. I'm like, that has nothing to do with the story. You're bringing outside stuff in. But they were doing that snarky fanboy humor in this episode. Like, wink, wink. We all heard about Roddenberry. We all know Shatner can't act. We all know this and that. I go, you obviously don't like what you're doing because you're making fun of it. Because like you said, if you enjoyed it, you'd be respectful instead of like throwing shade on the crowd. These guys
even if you're playing devil's advocate and you say that this is like something that they were doing as an homage or poking fun, it just wasn't done very well.
No, and then he started doing the bit about the lines. He was stealing people's lines. And I said, that's famous. That's a George Takei thing about Kirk. And I go, what? And I'm going to come to the end of it. I get they wanted to do a murder mystery type of thing, which is fine. But why did you have to attack the classic show? Why did you have to attack the classic actors to do that? Why couldn't you have just done a Columbo type episode with the same characters? We would have known who you were talking about. Like he said, oh, I'm going to leave the show and I'm going to do a Mission Impossible espionage show or something like that. If you were in the know, you know. But no, it was really mean-spirited. Everything was about it. Looking back going, I'm surprised they didn't have a thing about his hair piece or something. Or maybe they did and I catch it.
No, they didn't, but you're right.
Why don't you go for broke?
But even then, even the mystery story wasn't very well done. Like I said, maybe I missed it because I was working on stuff too, but it just wasn't. I couldn't follow it. I'm like, wait a minute, she's accusing this person, this person, this person. Like, where are you getting these clues from? Some, the lipstick on the glass and stuff like that. But then, she's pulling these answers out of her ass. And I'm like, okay, this isn't making any sense to me. Like, what is happening? So the parody part of this isn't working for you because the jokes aren't hitting and they're just very mean-spirited, like you said. And then the murder mystery thing just wasn't working at all.
Well, I agree with all of that. And further, I get why the actors love these gimmick episodes because it takes them out of the drudgery of having to play a character the same way week after week.
That's fine.
So they get to have fun.
One.
Exactly. And further, that I'm sorry, this is already the second gimmick episode, and it's only the fourth or fifth episode.
Yeah.
Episode 4. Yeah.
And
we already know that there's still going to be the let's take a syringe in our arm and suddenly become Vulcan, which is bull.
No, the puppet episode's coming, right?
Season 4 for the puppets.
Oh, wow. Well, so then that means 30% of this year's show, because there's only 10 episodes, 1/3 almost has been done to gimmicks.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, that's too much. And again, I get it because I used to be a theater kid, so I'm sure the actors love these kind of episodes because they get to play out of character and they get to have fun. But again, it's not fun for us when all we want is good Star Trek, and we're not getting good stuff.
No, if this was the 5th year, if this was, say it went to 5th year, and you were winding down, like when the Next Gen went down, they did the little kid episode. They did, there was a couple weird like Data episodes. It was just like for fun. Like we've been doing this for 7 years. Let the cast let Worf look normal for a bit. It is what it is. But this is, like you said, only the 3rd season, and we're already kind of tired of it. I know they've been doing it for more than 3 years, but you shouldn't be doing these.
It's and not only the 3rd season, it's only the 23rd episode.
Right.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, guys. And it's like it's too much gimmick. And they love it, and they think they are so clever and having such a ball doing everything but Star Trek. And that's why, please, Skydance, please end this deal, end this misery, because these people, I don't think they are capable of writing that many pure Star Trek episodes. And I don't buy that BS argument from Kurtzman that, oh no, but the old fans, they're dying and we need to do these gimmicks to get young people involved. BS. Write good stories. That's all you need to do. And we haven't even gotten to the obvious thing, but go ahead, Mitch.
I was going to say, how did we get here? Because we had a great first season, a shaky second season.
I was just gonna say,
you started off with the Gorn thing, which was kind of okay, and last week's episode with the zombie and the looking for the thing, that was a traditional. That could have worked on, and that worked on any show. Okay, it could have been MASH when Hawkeye and Hot Lips get stuck behind enemy lines. It could have been any show where the main characters get stuck in a desperate situation, but it was a Trekkie thing, so it was fine. I don't know what's going on now. Like you said, it's only the 4th episode, and I'm like looking at my watch going, Jesus Christ, when is this going to get good?
I love the first season, and I was thinking during this episode, maybe I'm an old man. Maybe I don't get this anymore. But it's not that. It's just poor writing and poor planning on their part. I liked last week's episode.
Yeah,
like Mitch said, it worked, but I liked it in Star Trek because they had some sort of scientific explanation. I get that. It worked. It was fun. It was good. This one, I just don't. Why the holodeck? Why? Just because we've had it in Next Generation and stuff like that. I get it, but you're telling me that you can't come up with something original that would have put these characters in that situation. Some sort of, maybe the flower that they brought back from last episode, does a spore and winds up throughout the ship, and they're all hallucinating or something. They're having a mass whatever. Why the holodeck? I don't know.
Well, because again, it's easy, it's recognizable. That's the problem with New Trek in general. And I'm going to do hey, look, guys, it's member berries. You like the holodeck, don't you? Look, and I mean, we'll get to Starfleet Academy trailer, and it's the same thing with all the cadets' names on the walls. Look, we know Star Trek. See, look, there's Cito's name. There's Tom Paris's name, and it's like, yeah, wrong. You guys take the wrong examples of member berries, and all you show is, again, this meme flashcard knowledge of Star Trek. Very shallow. Well, yeah, let's do a holodeck. Now, they did made allusions to what the holodeck was called in the animated series, because there was a version called like the recreation room, or I think it was the rec room or whatever. And all it could do back then was like put you on a beach or a forest. It was just backgrounds. It couldn't create characters.
What are you talking about? The 73 cartoon?
Yeah, yes, there's an animated episode. Yes,
I don't remember that.
Yes, and again, but you're right though, because they make a big deal in Encounter at Farpoint, the first Next Generation episode, that the holodeck is brand new technology.
Yeah.
So this flies in the face of that.
Well,
but of course, that's what they do. They don't care about canon. They just make their own rules. What I don't like is, I really don't like, once again, Pelia, Carol Kane. They always come up with these. It's obvious that Carol Kane is on a maybe 4 episode a season kind of schedule or deal. And it's just like, oh yeah, she's on an away mission. Scotty's in charge. And it's like, yeah, all right. And also, I hate the fact, I like the kid that's playing Scotty.
Yeah.
But it is kind of ridiculous that Jimmy Doohan was older than everybody else, and pretty obviously so, especially even in the pilot and stuff like that. And now he's younger than everybody else. And it's like, okay, I guess. And again, I just think it's another example of ageism, frankly. Well, I agree with JD. JD says there are better stories in Star Trek comic books. I agree with that. But we haven't addressed the real elephant in the room, gentlemen. And here it is. Bow chicka wow wow.
Oh yeah, that Maybe Pon Far's coming up. Maybe that's what's going on.
I don't
warming up.
I assume that Vulcans get down more than just every 7 years. It's just that it's an uncontrollable urge when it is every 7 years. So I get it. So I'm okay with basically the idea that Vulcans have sex. What I'm not cool with is Spock being this. He's the Kirk of Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
He's getting more action than anybody else on the show.
Well, they married off. Kind of married off Pike with his girl with the Gorn stuff in
Batel.
And Uhura and Scotty, well, they'll hook up in Star Trek 5. Maybe there'll be some early inclinations of that. Yeah.
No, and, right now it's if I may, it's Uhura and Ortegas' brother.
Yeah,
introduced that in that first episode.
Everybody's brother's on that show. What happened to Sam Kirk? Where was he? I was like, where's that guy? Is he on that ship? What, he's got a little penis?
Wasn't he pining for S. Bush, Nurse Ratchet, whatever her name is?
Chapel?
Spock? Chapel, Nurse Chapel. Yeah, like wasn't this
Spock,
like
right?
Yeah, Spock. Wasn't he like Jones
got
just
jilted.
like last episode? I understand he gets jilted, but then your logical mind says, okay, I'm a Vulcan. I don't date anymore. I shouldn't date humans, and now he's just jumping into bed with this one. I don't understand.
Well, they were dancing. That's what it was.
Yeah. Well, no, and I think we even casually said it would be good if you really want to pair somebody up with Spock. Again, if it wasn't Susie Hitler, I would have no problem with it. Because again, how does this make sense with Space Seed of Khan Noonien Singh? Wait a minute. Didn't I used to bang a chick named Noonien Singh? I think I did.
Your great-great-granddaughter.
It's like, well, again, it's BS when, this is canon. Oh, yeah. This is the prime universe. Sure it is. Sure. I mean, Wayne was like, John, the only way that my head doesn't explode is not accepting them saying that. and
He
I
keeps
get it.
saying that, but they've again. My argument is that they've gone out of their way to tell you this is canon, so multiple times.
I look forward to them being gone, and whoever takes over. They haven't done it yet with Doctor Who. They basically, like, the weird things that Chris Chibnall did with Doctor Who. They've basically been like, all right, it happened, but we're really not going to dwell on that. And I really do hope whoever comes around suddenly discovers, guess what? This was an alternate universe. All these this 10 years of Kurtzman Trek, because again, that's the only way to reconcile it. Where it's like, fine, if it's a different universe, okay, fine. But I really do hate how human Spock is. And I don't buy this. I just don't buy it. And
well, you know what? You know what? In the beginning, number one sitting at the direct table, whatever the hell it's called there, and they're like, "Oh, we're going to try out this new technology because Starfleet's planning on doing 5-year missions, and we have to do something that'll entertain the crew on those long voyages."
Right?
Yeah, because it'll
how
be
long is this?
How long
is this trip that Spock's on with Pike? I was like, wait a minute.
That's
Captain
another
Kirk is the first. He's the first ever 5-year mission. The Enterprise was.
Yeah, I think Pike was. I think Pike was kind of. Again, Menagerie doesn't give us much information, but in the other, which is non-canon, like the novels and the comics, yeah, that it was the first Deep Space 5-year mission for the Enterprise, for the Constitution class, because obviously the other Enterprise.
I mean, Kirk's ship, not Pike's ship.
No, that Pike's mission was also a 5-year mission.
No, because if you go back and watch it, she says Starfleet is planning on doing these 5-year missions, and I was like, wait a minute, I thought he was on a 5-year mission.
Well, I guess. Well,
I guess it's like, you know what,
they do go back to Starbase more than it seems like Kirk's Enterprise went back to Starbase.
Yeah, maybe they're not that far out. Maybe they only go out.
So, oh, that's funny. Mario says if La'an and Spock break up and Khan comes into Avenger, you all owe me $5. Exactly. Because he made that point last week.
It's like someday your great-great-grandfather will cause me to die. No.
We'll see what happens. It's
a weird show, man.
It's a weird show.
I mean, I don't. Do they show you trailers of next week? Because I never see previews of next week. It's always a mystery when it turns on. I'm like, I don't know what we're going to get today. Yeah.
They did run, like, there were a lot of, and probably coming off of Comic-Con, I did notice that Paul Wesley was on the CBS morning show. And they showed that clip before the episode aired of, the Last Frontier TV show that they're all on. And, whatever. It's, again, I just feel like it's very, very obvious they don't have any original ideas, or if they do, that they are being chased out of the writer's room, and instead, no, we'll do this stuff. I don't know. It frustrates me. And again, not only are we getting the 4.5 Vulcans, that is a title of one of the episodes, and we all know what that one's going to be about. But there's also another one about a Salot's Tale, and Salot is the big giant teddy bear that Spock had as a kid, that they talked about in Journey for Babel and in the animated series. I
know what you're talking about, but don't tell me
that's the second. Well, no. There's a second. The point is, I assume it's a metaphor for something, unless we might actually see a Salot. But essentially, it sounds like we're going to have more than one Vulcan episode, which I have no problem with potentially. But and that also, I forget if it was IGN or whom the reporter was from, where he was from. But he was asking tough questions. He's like, all right, last season you introduced Sybok.
Yeah.
When is Sybok back? And they're like, and I give Henry Alonso Myers and Akiva Goldsman a little bit of credit, because without spoiling, they're like, no, we're aware, and it's coming. It's coming. So we'll see.
Right.
Mario, keep your wrestling opinions to yourself. Thank you. He goes, he's surprised that you're not watching SummerSlam.
It's on right now, so I am.
Franco would be, but I'm not.
It's on right now. I'm watching.
Sound down.
The Salot thing. Maybe Spock discovers that it gave birth to his sister because she wasn't in the original series, and Sybok was, and then he'll suddenly remember that he has a half brother.
Wait a second. At this point, the Discovery's gone. At this point,
they're in the future.
So I mean, when you have any remorse, or maybe now and then mention like, oh, today would have been Michael Burnham's birthday if I still had my sister.
I can explain this to you, because Spock is very logical, and he's a
Yeah.
Vulcan. So he's been sworn to secrecy, so he will never mention his sister again. However, he will bang any female on the ship
No.
at any time.
I
You know,
mean,
it's
was
upon
that?
par.
I mean, Pike was on their ship. I mean, they encountered each other now
Pike-
and then. Just mention it, like
Pike
hey,
and Spock in the first season, in the first episode, acknowledged Discovery, not by name, but I regret what happened to my sister. Some BS like that.
Yeah,
And that's all. So it was just in the first episode. I'm like, all
is
right,
that when
goodbye.
Spock had the beard and he shaved it?
No, that was in Discovery. This is
That
the
was
first
Discovery, yeah.
episode of Strange New World.
Okay.
He was in the sanitarium or whatever they called it.
Yeah.
Then.
So,
but yeah,
Oh yeah.
I
well,
mean, maybe we should have taken the clue that in the original series, there's no mention of his sister ever. So that when they did that here, then okay, this can't be the same timeline, the same universe. I still hold out hope that they're at the end of this, they're going to be like, oh look,
It's a
look what?
it's not your universe, it's a
Oh.
different one. Yeah, hey
Well,
there.
there was that moment in Discovery when Agent Daniels, what's his
David Cronenberg.
yeah, Cronenberg's character.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They show the holo image of the Kelvin crew member. And basically acknowledge that there are parallel universes going on. So maybe we will eventually get that. I doubt it. I'm expecting a Q snap of the fingers mind wipe, and that way it'll be. See, they all forgot. So now it's okay
right,
that Spock doesn't remember and Chapel doesn't remember.
You guys
and
have to
everybody
promise
else.
me something. If it does happen to be a parallel universe thing and they merge, we have to do this show all over again, episode by episode, and rewatch the whole thing with a new set of eyes and new understanding.
No, thank
I'll
you.
kill myself first.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not-
thank you. Exactly. Did you guys get a chance to see? Because again, Mitchie wasn't there, but Franco, you were at San Diego. Starfleet Academy's trailer.
No, I missed it. I gotta watch it.
Mitch saw it.
We
All right.
saw. Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about it.
All right. Well, yeah. Sorry, Franco, because I am going to spoil. Because the
That's
more I
okay.
hear about this one character, the angrier I get.
Oh, he's hulking out.
Can you identify this alien race, Franco?
This is wait in Dominion War people. What's their aliens? I forget.
Jem'Hadar.
Yes, the Jem'Hadar.
But I told you that's a Jem'Hadar.
It is a Jem'Hadar, indeed.
Right.
Now, what doesn't make sense about this in any shape or form, even I look forward to this explanation, because the Jem'Hadar were created by the Dominion to be like infantry men in a war. They are not born. They were genetically created and hatched. So my theory was, in talking about this with Mitch and then also with Wayne, I'm like, I think they're Ken dolls down there, the guys. And also, it's men. We've never seen a woman Jem'Hadar before. Further, their life expectancy, as one tells Dax, hey, if a Jem'Hadar gets to double digit in age, that is a rare thing because of the fact that they are made to fight in the front lines of battle and that they're not expected to live. Well, even after the Dominion War ended, and they all wanted to make peace now and everything, I would assume that the Jem'Hadar that existed and were created even after the peace treaty and stuff, well, you'd let them die out, and not in a cruel way, but essentially that, all right, well, this is what they were created for. And that why would you continue 900 years in the future still creating them? Now, as I understand it, she is half Klingon, half Jem'Hadar. And also played by this British comedian, kind of like how Tig Notaro is on, and will also be on Academy, apparently.
Yep.
Franco, no sighting of Tilly in the trailer.
They're doing it to service.
But I think she's still there. And maybe they're holding her for the next round of trailers, because mostly it was the young cadets that we saw, and also Holly Hunter and what's his face.
Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, Giamatti. Thank you, buddy.
I gotta watch the trailer. Yeah.
Look, all I know is my niece just had her kid a couple weeks ago, a little girl, and she named her Tilly. And I gotta go the rest of my life being reminded of Franco's obsessing.
Oh, let's hope that kid makes more of an impression that you don't have to think of Mary Wiseman every time.
As soon as my wife told me, she goes, "Oh, guess what Emily named her kid?" I said, "What?" She goes, "Tilly." I went,
but I don't I don't know. The woman that is playing this Jem Herdar,
Jim Herder.
and hold on, zooming in. There you go. There she is.
Hey, yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
Oh yeah, Franco. Look, she got the outfit on.
Yeah, Empress Tilly. What was her? I forget what her mirror image rank was or whatever. But
Julie.
Make sure you take this photo and use it as the cover photo for this episode.
I understand.
Look at that. That's it.
Well, we have and don't get me wrong, there are some intriguing new cadets. We've got a Klingon doctor, a Klingon medical student, so that might be interesting.
Maybe.
I didn't put the picture up, or I don't have it handy, but one of the cadets is an AI, a hologram essentially, that was literally became self-aware 3 weeks earlier than the first episode that we see. So obviously, the Picardo, the doctor, is going to be her mentor, I'm assuming. Do I have a picture of the doctor?
But I'm really, I go in with an open mind, and I'm really okay with all of this because I think, now they're going to screw it up. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They're going to screw it up. But this is in the future, even from Next Generation and all that other stuff. It's in the future, right?
Right. Yeah.
Now this is all unwritten, and we can start with brand new, like Klingons could be here, Jem Hadar could be here. Anything can happen. Anything can be here because it's all brand new in the future.
Well, but I don't see how having the Jem. I'm sure there'll be an explanation.
Right.
But I don't see how, again, why they would continue to hatch Jem Hadar, who are born without emotions other than kill and don't have love emotions, as far as I know. Now, again, maybe they're going to say, Odo, when the Dominion War ended, did something or worked with the Vorta and making sure that new Jem Hadar have emotions, and suddenly there are women Jem Hadar. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's bogus. I think it's bogus.
I think the book is open, and anything could have happened in that time between Next Generation and the future that we're going to see. So
I don't know. But the other thing too is she's half Klingon, half Jem Hadar. So it's like, all right, angry warrior race meet other angry warrior race, and it's like.
Yeah, so I don't see more angrier than regular Klingons.
Well, and Worf hated the Jem Hadar, and the Jem Hadar hated Worf. They had nothing but contempt for each other. So now there's going to be love.
Maybe Worf found one he liked.
I find the Jem Hadar quite attractive, and also I don't mean. Listen, forgive me, everybody, because I'm a fat guy, but this is not the shape of a warrior. I'm sorry, it's not. This is a heavy set woman.
Okay, you obviously don't watch wrestling a lot.
Exactly. Maybe the name Volstagg the Voluminous means nothing to you.
I guess
not.
I guess
or
not.
What was that girl's name on The Mandalorian?
Oh, Gina Carrero or whatever.
Yeah, man, she's not svelte.
No, she's not svelte, but she's muscular. This is and by the way, I've seen this actress. I've seen her stand up. She's funny. I certainly don't blame the actress at all.
Oh God, she's a stand-up actress?
Oh yeah. And that's another thing. Yeah. And also she's and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. She's a snarky comedian. So we're gonna have a Jem Hadar with attitude. And it's like that's not what the Jem Hadar were. I'm sorry.
This isn't gonna be Jet Reno all over again, is it?
I think she has a different vibe because really, and I'm glad you mentioned that because Tig Notaro really has a I don't give an F in her stand-up kind of attitude, and obviously that's what Jet Reno projects. There's definitely a different kind of energy from this comedian, and that's fine. But I really am not looking forward to wise ass Jem Hadar all of a sudden having emotions and being a chick and everything else. I'm sorry, I don't get it. I don't get it, but I'm not supposed to. Mitch, you mentioned Star Trek Day coming up in September.
Yes,
that is the day that Star Trek Con, the podcast series, I got a little more information. Apparently, it's 9 episodes, and Naveen Andrews, of course, playing Khan.
I like him, actually.
I'm a massive fan of his. He's an excellent actor. Loved him in Lost. I think it's great casting. I like the woman that's playing Marla McGivers, his wife. She was in For All Mankind on Apple. I forget the actor's name. but she's very good. And the trailer, they released a trailer, Franco, of that as well. And in an interesting side thing, both Sulu and Tuvok are in the series because the framing, it sounds like, to tell Khan's story, it sounds like it's on the Excelsior, and there is a historian that is uncovering new information about what Khan went through. I don't know if this is before the events of Star Trek II. Well, it has to be because they're on the Excelsior, so it has to be after Star Trek II. And Sulu isn't captain yet in Star Trek II of the Excelsior. So yeah, but the
wait a minute, this takes place after Star Trek II?
The Tuesday after Star Trek 2.
No.
I didn't know it was that specific. It was.
It was.
I assume
3:00 on Tuesday.
I assume that it's because it's Captain Sulu and Ensign Tuvok on the Excelsior, that it takes place sometime either before or after the events of Star Trek VI.
Ready? Fly her apart then.
Fly her apart then. You have hearing problems, mister? Yeah.
No, sir.
Ensign,
later. I'm just gonna lean in your doorway like a whore. Smoking a cigarette. Hey,
you know why he got that role, didn't you?
Yeah, because his mom was the casting director.
Had a boy, very good boy. That's
he
right.
Stole the costume, the little freak.
So
hey, I give him credit.
So wait, okay, no.
So that's happening in the.
Now I'm disheartened and disappointed again. So
it's
why? Because it was Tuesday.
This is the story of Khan,
right?
Yeah.
But after Star Trek II.
No, it's flashbacks. They find his journal.
Yeah.
It's like, dear journal, this day my girlfriend gave me a SETI Alpha eel, and it ate her
This is
brain.
SETI Alpha 5, if I may.
Yeah, so it tells it tells you because SETI Alpha 6 was a paradise until what did Mr. Chekhov say? You lie.
They thought in the events of Star Trek II, just to clarify, they are hoping to be on SETI Alpha 6 and are trying to figure out what the deal is with SETI Alpha 6. That's where they want to put the Genesis torpedo. Right. But instead, SETI Alpha 6 exploded. It shifted the orbit of SETI Alpha 5, which was Khan's planet, and that's why Khan's planet is in the wrong position and is a desert wasteland.
Right.
So the Excelsior is trying to find out exactly what happened and is just the details.
Yeah.
This historian and Sulu, based on what you hear in the trailer, is like, I don't understand why we're going over this old information.
Exactly.
It's important.
And the weirder thing is, Khan is on the Jeffrey Epstein list. Who the freak saw that coming?
So
why are you looking into this? It's all over the past, but it says you were into the island and you were.
I remember partying with Khan Noonien Singh in the 90s.
He was
a great world leader.
I didn't get involved with him. He was into genetics or eugenics. They're
redacting all my meetings with Khan.
Yeah, exactly. Never knew the guy.
So does that make sense now, Francis? Do you get it or no?
I always like the fact that it's so high techy. They can't read a map and know the difference where a effing planet is.
Well, there's that too.
Can this be here? No, Mars is there. That's Earth. That's definitely Earth.
But
millions of miles away.
Okay, so
Rudy, good. Wait a minute, Rudy, good callback. Do you realize we party
together? Yes.
So not only are they not learning from the mistakes they're doing now, they're gonna retread Khan. Instead of coming up with a new character,
it's a podcast.
Instead of dealing with a new character that they could develop into a series that could then go into new movies or something like that, you're just bringing up old hat again.
Yes.
Wait a minute, it's a podcast. It's not a show.
It's a podcast. It's not a real thing.
It's an audio drama.
Well,
hey, watch it, tough guy.
No, hell listen to that stuff.
If I may, this is the deal.
So now they're making a series without any images? What?
Originally, it was going to be a live-action miniseries. And originally, the guy who directed 2 and 6.
Nicholas Meyer.
Nicholas Meyer wrote the Bible for this, intending it to be a live-action prequel series. This is what happened to Khan. This is why he's mad in Star Trek 6. Well, obviously, even prior to the current situation with CBS or Paramount being sold, they decided a couple of years ago instead, we'll turn this into a podcast audio drama. It's 9 episodes long. It starts on September 8th, so only about a month away. And yeah, they made it into an audio drama instead. This is, by the way, the second most recent audio drama, because there was also, between Picard seasons 2 and 3, they had the One Adventure with Seven of Nine and Raffi as an audio drama, but it was only one 90-minute audio drama. This is a miniseries. So, hey, look who's here.
Right. I'm gonna hold my breath till they take all this away. All right, now my question to all of this. Sorry, hold on a second, Scoot.
Who's breathing heavy?
I think it's Scoot because he's rushing to get in here. So
no, I'm not breathing heavy.
All right, so this is my issue with the Khan thing, even if it is a podcast. Why? Because we already know why he's pissed off. He tries to blow up Kirk. He tells you why he's pissed off. He tells you, even his son or his first commander guy is like, "Why are we doing this? Let's go away." And he's like, "No, I must kill him now."
No, he tasks me. He tasks me, and I shall have him. I shall chase him around perdition's flame before I give him up. It's actually from Shakespeare.
Of course. Well, is it Shakespeare or is it Moby Dick, buddy? Truly, I don't know. Because really, most of
is
Moby Dick.
It is Moby Dick.
You haven't heard Shakespeare until you've heard it in the original Klingon.
That's sick.
You know why they're doing it? I'll tell you why. It's cheaper to do that. Just like they did Shadows of the Empire, which was a comic that took place between Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. They made a game, a comic book, a music soundtrack.
Novel. It was a novel.
A novel, yeah, but if they didn't if they had podcasts, they would have done that back then.
Sure, they would.
It was cheaper just to keep the IP alive. Why they're milking Khan, I don't know.
They did do an audio drama of the Dark Horse series, Dark Empire, which happens after the events of Return of the Jedi. So it was very good, and that's when Billy D. Williams was still calling Han. Gotta get Han
at the East platform.
So, yeah, I know. Sorry, Scoot. You caught. As I said, we were going to talk Star Trek. So
yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, that's that's
it in a nutshell.
Yeah, exactly, boys. So yeah, I mean, I guess we'll get some get down scenes with La'an and Spock.
Another suck fest. Thursday, be there.
Hi, Scoot. Welcome.
Hey.
Another suck fest.
Let's talk about something good.
Tell me something good. Bow wow, wow, wow.
Did you watch Fantastic Four: First Steps, not First Family, as Johnny called it?
Yeah, I did. Family. You're right. You're right.
I did watch it.
Look at that.
Go around the horn, boys. Tell us what you thought of the movie.
Tell me.
Yeah, I thought it was a fun story. I thought I liked the pacing of the movie, and all the characters were spot on. I really liked it.
Yeah, I liked it as well. I think my preconceived notions of things kind of hit me within the movie, and I don't like things as I'm watching them sometimes. And this was one of those things where I'm like, I don't understand, how does this fit into the Marvel universe? I know it's, now they're telling us it's 828, and then I heard things like maybe that only in the previews that they showed us leading up to it, that was only the first half hour of the movie. It turned out to be the whole movie. So like my head is swimming with these things, but then afterwards you sit with it for a while and digest it, and I liked it a lot, actually. Yeah
I was at a comic book shop today, and that's where you really got to get the good reviews, because as we all know, people that read comic books are on a higher level of intelligence than the rest of the world, which is true. So I was in the shop, and a kid behind the counter goes, "Hey, what'd you think of Superman?" I go, "He's all right. Should be more all right man than Superman." And he goes, "What about FF?" I go, "Oh, I really liked FF." Then the whole store, like 6 people, "I loved FF. I loved it." You hear it all over the place. And everyone's like, yeah, they took the basically issue 47, 48, and 49 of the Fantastic Four, Kirby and Lee, and they put it up there on the screen. And it's true. I mean, the look of it was the 60s motif, the Galactus, all that stuff. You can't screw it up, because for years I would see these other Fantastic Four movies and go, Jesus H. Christ, they gave you the stories. It's almost storyboarded for you. Why don't you just adapt what's in the damn books and don't tamper with it, and you'll be fine? And this is like the closest I think they've done maybe Captain America and Iron Man, but this one definitely was like, let's just do what Stan and Jack did and don't screw it up. And it looks good. It is fine.
I liked Superman a little bit more just because I like Superman a little bit more than the Fantastic Four. And it was kind of first blush, I was always more of a DC guy than a Marvel guy. But that said, it was excellent. I thought it was great, and they got the family dynamic right. I didn't, I like people who are like, it should have been more of a complicated ending in terms of how to get rid of Galactus. And I'm like, no, Sue is the most powerful member of the FF.
She's a badass, yeah.
And Vanessa Kirby was amazingly great as Sue Storm. And Pedro Pascal won me over as lead.
Yeah. I thought Johnny Storm was going to be, the problem issue for me, but I liked him a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Yep.
The only being super nitpicky, the Thing looked a little chunky, blocky, like in his movements. He looked great, physically. But then the other thing that really bothered me is that if he transforms into this rock creature, so would his vocal cords, and he should have
interesting.
Should have had a different voice.
Oh yeah.
Voice.
When we saw the trailer for that months ago, I said, let's put a little garlic in it, whatever he does. And I go, they're going to change that, right? They're going to add, Chickless, for what shitty as those movies were, he had that grumbly, like his vocal cords were made of rock, It's like, that makes sense to me.
How he looked, how Chickless looked. I liked the Rise of the Silver Surfer movie.
Yeah, it was all right, except for Galactus in Rise of the Silver Surfer. That was
You know what's good about that movie?
What?
Doug Jones is the Silver Surfer. And you know where you're going to see Doug Jones, ladies and gentlemen, in a mere couple days? Somewhere.
Where? Terrificon, August 8th to the 10th, which is next weekend.
I lost my poster. But
Casino, everybody.
It's right below. See that? August 8th to the 10th, like Sesame Street. Yeah. Sesame Street's out of business. Oh, don't highlight me. Go ahead. Go.
Well, I'm making the banner bigger.
I know. I was trying to find my poster.
Well, that's all right.
Right behind you, the one that says
about it.
Oh, it's right there. Oh, holy shit! Here.
There you go.
Hey, who drew that? Is that Chris Giarusso?
Chris Giarusso. Chris Giarusso will be at the show. And you know what's going to be there? Superman's going to be there. Not the new guy, not David Sweaty Corn, but Tyler Hoechlin. Hoechlin is going to be there.
And Biddy and Bitsy.
Biddy. P. Diddy Tulloch's going to be there. No, Bitsy
Franco's going to be there, too.
Franco's going to be there. Johnny Suntress is going to be there. Scoot's not going to be there. So here's 75% of the people on this show are going to be there. And that's the majority. And that's how stuff works in this country. So we're in the right.
I kind of agree with Rudy. And this was my concern about the movie. He said, I love that they let this movie stand by itself and didn't answer what happened in the Thunderbolts bonus scene. Yeah, that's Alex Ross and I. And Alex and I will talk post Terrificon, because he and I were like, if they're showing us this scene, does that mean that the Fantastic Four loses in their own movie?
That honestly, I thought they did. I thought because this was such a downer in the previews. I was like, when he goes, he wanted our son, and I'm thinking, well, that's not going to happen. So I was like, maybe the only way they got him out of there was they lured him out and they went to another dimension, and then he followed him, and he's like, hey, everybody, this other Earth, we're coming in. I hate to bring the news to you, but right behind us, there's a real big, nasty thing headed your way.
That's exactly what I was thinking about when I watched the movie, and why I wasn't liking it as I was watching it.
Because you thought that was how it's going to end. You're like, they're going to escape.
I'm thinking this is what's going to happen. This is what they're going to bring in. And it really kind of like messed with my enjoyment of the movie at first. Because I was like, but then after you sit with it, I was like, well, this was actually really good.
I saw it twice. I saw it the first night with Ordway. Were you with us? No, you didn't go. You were in San Diego. We went to the fan screening. They gave us a little keychain, by the way. And it was packed, and everybody had the FF shirts. Not as packed as it was for Superman, but they all clapped, and they all liked the jokes and everything like that. And everybody was happy with this one. You know what I mean? I didn't see anybody. When Superman ended, there was a lot of people like, yes, I liked it.
Well, that's because they didn't know what they were talking about.
Oh, man.
This one, everybody enjoyed it. I didn't see one guy coming out.
Did they applaud, Mitch?
Yeah, they did, and they applauded
Superman when I saw it.
And they applauded at the end of Superman, but the FF they clapped a couple times.
That's cool. Hayden,
Did you see the Stan and Jack cameo? You miss
Yes.
it if you don't see
Yeah.
it.
Yes. Hayden
was cool.
Stain, good comment. He says he had heard that the FF director wasn't even aware of that post-credit scene in Thunderbolts, and that's fine. That's good because again, it's fine. It did what it should do in terms of tease that there was going to be a Fantastic Four movie. But thankfully, like we said, the events had nothing to do with that scene. If anything, it sounds like it may have that scene in Thunderbolts might be after the events of Doomsday. That's my assumption.
I saw it twice.
They could mess with you. They could mess with you, and in Avengers Doomsday, Pedro Pascal could show up, and John Krasinski could show up.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
'Cause I'm like, who was in that other ship? If it's not them,
Right.
Because they said it's an interdimension. I think it says it's an interdimensional ship coming through space. You're like,
right.
What?
And also, they established that the FF Earth of First Steps was 828 as opposed to 616.
Right.
So it's like, all right, good. Because, yeah, I mean, friends, I was on Milwaukee radio, and my friend Sandy has a weeknight show. I love Sandy. And she's like, can I see this without walking in and not having a giant Marvel knowledge? I said, absolutely. They give you everything that you need.
Maybe. You know who's coming in that ship? Maybe that's Dr. Doom. Maybe that's Robert Downey Jr. And when he lands, everyone thinks it's, Tony Stark. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm Tony Stark.
Are you Tony Stark?
Did the director know about, since we're spoiling everything, did the director know about the end credit scene of the Fantastic Four?
I don't know.
Did he direct that, or was that?
No, the Russos
did that. Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah.
And they made sorry, Scoot. They made such a big deal out of that, and it's like, yeah, it was 10 seconds or whatever.
Could have been the stagehand. It wasn't really Downey.
The rumor was that it was actually Downey.
Really?
That it was him. Yeah.
Oh,
what do you got, Scoot?
I thought when they showed that Latveria placeholder sign, I thought Doom would factor into the ending somehow. I know they showed him later in the post credits, which is what we're talking about. But I thought in my head when I was watching the movie, I'm like, oh, they've already planted the seed that Doom's here and he's going to do something at some point, because they were name dropping the other villains the whole movie.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So I thought for sure Doom was going to show up. So I wasn't disappointed. I mean, I liked how it ended and everything, but I thought that little seed was kind of planted there.
Rudy says he would have loved to have seen the Council of Reeds with all the actors who played Reed Richards from all the different movies. Maybe we'll get that in Secret Wars. Or
you know what was weird? I saw the red carpet premiere, and they had the other actors from that Roger Corman movie. And lots of times when you watch those premieres and you'll see an actor, you're like, wait, why is that guy there? Oh, maybe he's going to be in the movie. But the actors from the Fantastic Four, apparently they had a cameo. The original ones,
they are. They're among the.
We love you, Fantastic Four. That was them.
Yeah,
but
thank you, Fantastic Four.
But that girl from Wolverine X-23, Logan, she was at Daphne Keene. I think
she wasn't in there.
She was at those things, and I'm like, oh my god,
but
she
also
gonna pop up in this?
But also, John Malkovich filmed a whole bunch of scenes that they wanted
cut
to
him
cut
out.
out.
Yeah, I'm hoping that those scenes show up in either Avengers Doomsday or something else, because you did see a moment of the super apes.
Yeah, they fought on the skyscraper. I'm like, why can't you just show them real quick? I mean, why get a guy that big and then throw him out? It's like, what'd you spend the money on that for? He didn't do it for free,
And yeah, Chemdog's right. Alex Sidewhite was a newscaster. By the way, I really loved the woman from Ted Lasso that played the sports psychologist as the woman that was in charge of the Freedom Foundation.
Oh, that's where she's from. Because when the movie ended, we're like, I said, I know who that is. I've seen her before. We're like, I don't know where, but I'm like, Lynn, I think her name was in the movie.
Yeah,
but, I don't know what her name is.
And I don't remember the actor's name, but it is her.
There wasn't a big cast. I'll tell you that. When the credits ended, you're like, wait, it's really the Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, Galactus, and the guy that hosted the Ed Sullivan Show thing. I was like, that's the credits? There's nobody else in this movie, really. I'm like,
that's Mark Gatiss, who's an amazing both British actor and writer, and he wrote he played Moriarty in the Cumberbatch Sherlock TV show, and he's also been an actor and a writer on new Doctor Who stuff as well.
Oh, okay.
So
no, but it was clever. I mean, everything worked well. Even Franklin, which I thought was going to be obnoxious because I hate little kids in movies, but he was fine.
Oh, I thought no, it was a good use of Franklin, and also what they got right was the family stuff, all the family stuff, and it was great. Did I say maybe I said Moriarty instead of Mycroft Holmes? EJB is correct.
Oh, he was Sherlock's brother.
Yeah, he was Mycroft. He was.
Oh, that's right. I watched. Okay, yeah, he was that guy. Yeah,
and yeah, there you go. Mario says Sarah Niles is the actor's name.
Did you guys see all the hate that Liefeld's throwing at it?
Yeah, I
He's
did.
still on his one-man war against Marvel.
About
the after party.
Did he create the Fantastic Four too?
No, he's still mad at Marvel because they wouldn't let his family into like the after party for Deadpool and Wolverine, and he's been going on a tirade ever since. And he was going, "Look, empty theaters. There's nobody here. The movie's terrible. It's bad. Galactus is making it bad."
I didn't get invited to any of those. You don't see me complaining about it.
That's true.
What did he say about FF that he didn't like?
He said it's a horrible movie. It's dull. It's boring. The makeup on Galactus, the effect was horrible. That the action figure he had was better looking than that, and he just found everything wrong with it. He's like, Kevin Feige needs to go, and on and on and on. I'm like,
Rob.
Okay,
all right. That's fine. I just heard his Jim Shooter tribute episode.
Oh, did he do one?
Yeah, and it was good. It was good.
Oh, I hope so. We're going to have a tribute to Mr. Shooter at wherever that sign is. Yeah.
Yes, we are. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to meeting Tyler and Biddy.
I'm so excited.
And
I'm
also
so
Michael.
excited for the show. I'm going to show up on Wednesday.
I don't have a room for you.
Are you driving early on Wednesday?
Yeah, I'm going Wednesday. I'm going to spend like an extra night there.
Where are you going? I only got you there. I don't care. You can sleep in your car. I don't care. You can sleep in front of a slot machine. It's open 24 hours.
It's fine. It's open 24 hours.
They got the camping. They got the camping
They
ground.
do. They have an RV lot there. There's a Krispy Kreme. Yeah.
On Wednesday night, you'll find me asleep in front of the Ben and Jerry's ice cream stand.
I was just saying, you got an RV lot and a Krispy Kreme. That's all you need.
I fell asleep in front of the Batman 66 slot machine years ago when the show first started 10 years ago.
Wow.
And the security guys caught me, and the next day they had video of it. They were like, "We thought you died." I was like, "No, I wanted to go watch the Batman because they used to have animated clips from the TV show."
Sure.
And I don't gamble, but I just wanted to watch the little things like, "Oh, look, there's Batgirl, there's the Egghead," and And
speaking
whatever.
of which, guys, I have found, I don't know what led me to this, but as usual, you're in a YouTube rabbit hole, and I saw these fantastic interviews with Frank Gorshin from the 70s and 80s, and they really were great. And the guy, one of the guys, it's this very interesting horror host that doesn't dress up like a vampire or a monster of some sort. He's in plain clothes. He looks like a banker, but he's really kind of like Rich Coe's Svengoolie, very, very knowledgeable about movies. And he had Frank Gorshin, and it was a really interesting, detailed interview about everything that Gorshin did, and it was great. And also, then I watched a couple other interviews that the guy did, and he had Carl Malden on, in the early '80s and stuff. And now I'm blanking on the guy's name, or I'd remember. San Francisco horror host.
Oh.
So let's see.
You know where Frank Gorshin lived?
No,
Westport, Connecticut. Yeah, right
over
there.
He mentioned, now that you say that, Mitch, he did mention growing up there.
He was a big Westport guy. He was always around town. So
that's
cool. You know who I met today? Actually, I've known him for 30 years, and I finally put the connection together. I go, you should talk to Johnny Suntress. My buddy Ron Webb owns a record shop, vinyl record, Spin City, whatever. It's Spin Record. No, Retro Spin Shop. I said, why don't you call it Records? Because no one knows what you're talking about. Retro Spin Shop. His name is Ron Webb. Do you know who his great-grandfather was?
Jack
Webb.
Wow.
And he goes, and I'm looking at it in the back, and I go, why is there a picture of Jack Webb up there? He goes, because that's my grandfather. I go, wait, what? He goes, Julie London was a singer, and that's his great-grandmother or whatever, and that's, and they had a picture of the whole family, and he had the vinyl, he had the albums by her, and he said, you don't know? I said, I never put the two together that your name,
Julie
Jack
London
Webb.
from Emergency. She was the nurse on Emergency.
That's her?
Yeah.
No.
Mitch, in the 50s, she was like Madonna. She was like the hottest.
She wasn't.
She was the hottest jazz singer, and would do album covers where she's in bathing suits. They absolutely
That's
played
what
up
he
her
had.
look.
He
Let
goes,
me
"Oh, look at
tell
my
you
great
something.
grandma," and I'm
I
like,
watch Emergency every day, and I fast forward through the emergency parts just to get to the hospital scenes with her.
that nurse is that kid's grandmother. Oh my God, that's the singer. Because I
Yeah.
saw her record. He had all the vinyl
Yeah.
albums, and she was gorgeous on them. I
Yeah.
never knew. How old was she on that show, though? In her 50s then? She must have been.
Well, or in her 40s, because I don't know how much younger or older she was than Jack. But also, the doctor on Emergency, Bobby Troop,
Yeah.
was her second husband. And it's kind of cool that like Webb had cast both of them, his ex-wife and the guy that wound up
And
with
that
his
was
ex-
one of his
with
productions,
ex-wife.
right?
Yeah,
That
it
was
was the Jack Webb show. Absolutely, it was. Sure,
Son
it
of
was.
I got to go call Ron tomorrow. I had no idea that was his
Yeah,
grandma.
yeah.
Jesus. Yeah.
Eventually, Gabe and I are going to do a Films of Jack Webb podcast.
You
So
should talk to this guy.
I
He knows
I don't know how
granddad.
knowledgeable. Yeah, but we were gonna because not only we were talking about Jack Webb TV as well as his movies because
Yeah.
he had a very interesting career. Gabe just wants all the LA police stuff with all bringing in the police and the National Guard in LA. He wants to put more space between.
He
that
started on the radio, right? That's
yes,
where
he
started?
did. Yeah,
Oh.
Dragnet started on the radio like a year or two before it became a TV show, even like 1948 or 49. But even before that, he had several good detective shows.
Oh.
And no, he's Jack Webb was a brilliant actor. And well, he's one note, but he did that note really well and really was great in all that stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
a big
I was
Jack
just,
Webb fan.
I mean, literally, it's like finding out that Franco is in charge of Franco-American SpaghettiOs. It's like, something.
I was.
He is.
I've known this guy since the '80s because he's
I
a
was.
he was a radio DJ, and now he owns a record shop. And we're talking today, and I'm just like, why do you have a picture of Jack Webb? And he's like, because I'm related to him. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Your name is Webb, and he's like, yeah, idiot.
Is he going to be at Terrificon?
No, he wanted tickets today, but his store's open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He goes, I should have bought a table and sold all this junk at Terrific. He's got like laser discs and comic books, and he's got all those like, remember Weiler's funny face drinks, the
Of
little
course.
cup. There was an Indian orange and cherry somebody. Yeah, he's got all that stuff.
A few. It was either It was either Weiler's or another powder drink company like Kool-Aid that had very offensive, like Indian orange.
Yeah, that's the guy. That was Weiler's.
Was
yeah,
that Weiler's? Okay, yeah.
Goofy grape and all that jazz.
And they had an Asian character for like Chinese cherry or something like that.
Oh yeah. You couldn't do that nowadays, but back in the '70s when we were all racist bastard children, we would run around and we'd watch things and we would be just horrible. And then we grew up to be yelling about Star Trek. So
well, Mel Blanc was the Frito Bandito, of course.
Was he?
Yeah, he was.
That came up today too because we were talking about Shirley Jones's husband, who
Marty
was
Ingalls?
he used to do Hawaiian Punch? Wasn't he the guy?
No, he's not the
Or
guy.
he was
but
Frito. He did a Frito Lay thing, didn't he?
He might have, but that's Marty Ingalls, the comedian.
Marty Ingalls, yeah.
He's in Dick Van Dyke. They had two different actors play his army buddy Saul, and the first time it was Marty Ingalls, and then later it was the voice of Magilla Gorilla, Alan Melvin, and Sam the Butcher on.
Oh, that
Brady
was
Bunch.
him. Oh,
He played Saul. He played Rob's army buddy. But first it was Marty Ingalls.
who's the guy that used to go ooh?
That's
Who's
Joey
that guy?
Ross. That's Joey Ross.
He was Car 54, right?
Car 54, Tootie.
Yeah, with Fred
Officer
Gwynn.
Tootie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was partners with Fred Gwynn. Ooh, Francis. That's why I call Franco Francis all the time. Ooh, Francis. So Scoot's like, I don't know what any of this stuff.
This had nothing to do with Fantastic
Scoot's still
Four,
here?
other than the fact that
That's why he's the best in the business.
I was going to ask Mario if he's been watching Luka for the Lakers is now training and he's lost a bunch of weight and he's in great shape now that he's not on the Mavericks anymore.
Well, we'll find out shortly, I'm sure, if Mario is still watching. Yeah, I loved the space scenes in FF. I thought they were really well done. And again, I just not only the family at dinner and at home scenes, but them in action. It's like, yeah, that's the Fantastic Four. Everybody's got a job to do. Everybody knows what they're doing. Do it. As somebody in the chat said earlier, Johnny, killer. And also I
thought that was dark.
If I may, I also thought that the female the female surfer didn't bother me, and they did a good job explaining her. And I liked that Johnny was the one that solved her language and everything.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, Johnny was smart in this movie. I'm like, when did
Yeah.
that happen? But then again, he's in a rocket ship, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Mhm.
But no, about that, when I was taken back a bit in the movie when she says, "Oh, kill her," and then I'm thinking, well, frig, yeah. I mean, somebody's coming to take your kid. I
Yeah.
don't give a damn if you're goddamn Mother Teresa. Why
Yeah,
would
I
she
was
be
okay with that
pregnant
as well.
though?
Yep.
Yeah, but you would say, kill that son of a bitch. You know, you're not going to take my kid. I don't care.
Did
Where
I'm sorry, real fast. Cam Dog wants to know if anyone bought a Galactus popcorn bucket.
They were sold out.
Hold on, Mitch has got one.
There you go. Boom. How much, Mitch? How much?
Well,
I think it was
got it for
$348.
no, I got it for free, but
Okay, good.
they're $80, but I'm the king of the nerds. I don't pay for shit. But anyway,
Yeah, I was going to
that's
talk
weird.
about the birth scene because that was the cleanest birth scene I've ever seen.
Right? I was
Yeah.
going to say when those pants were flying off in outer space and
Yeah.
Ben's flying the
Well,
ship.
the placenta
he
was
looked back
invisible.
like-
Scoot, come on now.
Invisible.
That's right.
placenta.
She
When
could have made her jump.
when the placenta comes flying out, it's invisible.
That's
She
the
could have
name of
made her.
that's
her
the name of
jump-
my solo album, Invisible Placenta.
Yeah.
You know, because
It's a
we were
double
talking
album.
about that today. Because in the comic store, where everybody's always going to talk about what's the things junk look like, and does Mr. Fantastic stretch all his stuff? And I go, yeah,
Yeah.
of course he does. He's always well hung.
Well,
But the thing of it is, what? Go ahead.
I was going to say they couldn't get pregnant, so after he became Mr. Fantastic, then she became pregnant. Well,
Well, yeah, because I said, the guy goes, "Oh, I don't like how Reed figured everything out." I go, "Well, don't you think his brain stretches so he literally can have the biggest brain on the planet and be the smartest planet in the world?" And this guy looks at me and goes, "Yeah, but wouldn't his brain cells separate and the neurons be farther apart so they wouldn't fire?" And I looked right at him and I go, "What are you, an effing idiot? It's a goddamn comic book, you." And he just the whole. Yeah, I know, but the whole place just started cracking up. I was like, Jesus, are we really arguing about this stuff? But I'll tell you why I like the FF. That wacky science, when he was like, we're going to move the planet, and everybody goes along
I
with him.
loved
And
it,
in
yeah.
my head, I'm thinking, how are you going to have a certain planet far enough from the sun that it's just the right climate, that you're going to have oxygen, you're going to move how are you going to move the whole planet? And then within no time, they're building all these giant things. And I love how they always do it in the landmarks because America be stupid. And it's
Right.
like, oh, look, it's in the pyramids. Must be Egypt. Here's the Eiffel Tower. That must be
If
in
something
France.
goes wrong, we want it to go wrong in major metropolitan areas.
Exactly, right? Yeah, we're not going to put it out in bum whatever Iowa. We're going to put it in smack dab Rome. There's the Colosseum. That must be Italy. So they do all that, and it's that weird 60s science that you don't even question, like this island Earth. We're going to build a big ship and we're going to leave because there's a comet that's going to go right near the Earth and rip the atmosphere out, and only about 400 people are going to survive. Never made sense what they're going to eat, how they're going to live, how they're going to get to this other galaxy or whatever. You just go with it because why? It ain't real. So don't sit there and start going, well, how's that going to work? How am I going to move that planet? Oh, here comes Galactus. And how? And then the kid goes, how much time had passed between when they ditched the surfer and Reed came back and built it? I said, they said in the movie it's going to take her a month to get free of that black hole thing. And then when Galactus started going by Jupiter and Mars and the moon, he was taking a sweet ass time to get there, of course, but they were building that thing. It's not real.
Sure.
And people actually argue stuff like that. Like, well, how is he going to do that? I'm like,
Well, I like the minutia I heard where somebody was telling me I didn't like that Galactus's eyes were round and not square.
Oh yeah.
Oh crap!
And I'm
no,
like,
I didn't hear that. That's pathetic.
yeah. And
That's just racist.
I'm gonna pick on Gigantic Jeff because his stock answer about something was, well, it was okay, but I wanted more. Well, what did you want?
What did you want?
And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, if you can't articulate what you want, and really it cracked because he put his review on Facebook, and I'm like, you always say the same thing. I liked it kind of, but I wanted more. He said the same thing about Superman, and I'm like, all right. Oh, I see Herbie in Mitch's hands.
Oh yeah, I got Herbie. Look at that. Look at that.
Was that another popcorn thing?
This was, I don't know what they were thinking. Look at this. You could put popcorn in here. You can put candy in here.
Okay.
His head comes off.
Cup
you
holder.
can put soda in there. No, there's a straw. You can
I see the straw. Sure,
this
sure.
This thing is
Easy,
like,
easy.
I caught myself. This thing is, there's so much FF going on. I can't stop
What can you put in the bottom?
my junk. That's what I can put in the bottom. But look at this. Look at this. Wait, he does the FF logo. You can't see it, but it projects the FF. And
I thought he was going to sing it.
no, he sings it in the back. So
I heard the music.
Fantastic Four theme song. I'll tell you
Oh,
what.
does it sing? Does it do the?
It sings
Fantastic
what's that guy's name? Michael Giacano. It plays the song. I'll tell you, I was such a fanboy. You know when I got chills, and this is it's a good movie. When they go, we all know the story. 4 years ago, 4 brave astronauts go that, and they come back, changed forever. And as soon as they started playing that music, and I'm getting chills thinking about it because that's how dorky I am. When that ship lands in the water and the thing punches his fist through because he turned into the thing, and then they show all the things they're doing. When the thing is pulling a boat with a chain, makes no sense whatsoever, but it looks like something you see in the comics. You go, yeah! And then Johnny comes in and absorbs all the flames, because I remember reading that in the comic that he could absorb the flames if there was a building burning and save everybody. It's so comic booky. You're like, and that Sue stops that thing from falling on people. And I go, this is what I look for in comic book movies. I mean, I know that I want Shakespeare. I want to be or not to be. No, I want to see dudes in suits and people saving the world from guys in weird masks and stuff. I'm stupid that way. It's a comic book.
It was as comic booky as Captain America Winter Soldier is when he free falls down into the water, and then he gets on the ship and George St. Pierre is there, and he's gonna have the fight, and he's just booking and smashing all the hydrants to get to George St. Pierre. That is what, and that's what the FF action reminded me of. Like, no, this is what a Captain America movie should look like. This is what a Fantastic Four movie should look
like.
I
love that everything went wrong. I love that Sue was a badass and the way she manhandled.
He did,
Galactus, and then when he grabbed onto the building, I'm like, oh crap. And then the thing just starts running through the building. Building. I'm like, that was awesome.
Oh yeah.
And when he lands in the water, like a Godzilla movie, and all the water comes into Manhattan, like in the early Fantastic Fours, like the Namor wipes out New York with a giant tidal wave, and then Doctor Doom rips up, and then the Mole Man stole the Pan Am building and it went under. You're watching, going, how could that be? And you're like, dude, it's a movie about a guy who lives in the ground and he calls the Mole Man. Sure, he's going to steal a skyscraper. Why not?
I love that. I love the callback to the original first cover of FF.
When the thing came out of the ground. I was like, yes, that's it. You won. That's it. My wife's like, what are you doing? That's the Fantastic Four #1.
Wasn't it kind of weird that they showed more of that footage during the Pizza Hut commercial?
Yeah, they did.
Or the Papa John's commercial than they did in the movie of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just fun. It's a fun movie, man.
It's
like
a
you
lot.
said, it's like Fantastic Four. I mean, it's like Captain America.
Big relief too, because again, we got to wait a year now for Doomsday. So that's good.
I hope Dr. Doom wears his mask most of the movie, because those Marvel movies, they'd love to make their masks comes off. Yeah.
Well, because they're paying millions of dollars.
They're paying for that face, baby. You got to
want that face, yeah, man.
I don't give a shit.
Well, I know you don't, and I understand.
Hey, easy.
Did you see they were already filming Spider-Man and he's running around with no mask? I'm like, hey, Tom Holland, put that mask on. I didn't pay $12 to go see you run around with your pretty boy face, man.
And I didn't realize that they're going back to Gwen Stacy, but I'm glad that they are.
Gwen Stacy's going to be in it? I didn't see that.
Where?
Who's going to play Gwen Stacy?
I don't know. They haven't announced it yet, but as I understand,
there's a girl. Yes, they cast some actress, but she had red hair. And I thought
Stranger Things. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be another Mary Jane. Like, oh, that's the real Mary Jane, not the one that he's been going with.
He's got his web shooters on the outside of his suit too. They're homemade.
Well, that's good.
Because he doesn't have the Stark.
They established that in Civil War.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have the Stark stuff anymore, so he's
he's freewheeling. Yeah.
He's freewheeling. He's freewheeling.
He doesn't have underwear on either.
Exactly. He's commando down there. Hey.
It looks more like tights, like it's something someone would actually make. That's what it looks like.
I don't know if Zendaya or Ned are going to be in the movie.
I think they are. Yeah.
They're in it too.
Yeah. Good.
And the guy, the Scorpion, is going to be in it. He was already set up in one of the other
Scorpion.
movies. So.
Yeah.
You don't think
from Breaking Bad, one of the bad guys.
Oh.
Tuco or not.
You don't think that's why they brought out Mephisto in that Ironheart, because he's going to do the Brand New Day deal and get Mary Jane back?
I don't know. I don't know. I hope not, but I don't know.
I hope not either.
I don't think enough people watch that Ironheart. Like,
I know. That's why I was like, how could you introduce such a major villain in the Marvel universe on a show that from what I heard, a lot of people didn't watch, though I did, but I don't know what's real anymore.
We watch it. Yeah.
define major villain. I mean, it depends what they do.
No,
with
Mephisto? Oh God, no! It's Galactus, Doctor Doom, Loki, Mephisto, and Magneto, and Thanos. That's about
Thanos, of course.
Yeah,
Thanos, of course. Creator Jim Starlin will be at Terrificon, as will his high school buddy and many
Al
times
Milgrom.
collaborator Al Milgrom will also be at Terrificon. Indeed,
Scoot, you have
And
to come to
Steve
Terrificon
Englehart.
one of these years.
Yeah.
Hey, Haas is watching us. How you doing, Haas?
Oh yeah, Haas, and he's only watching me.
as everyone should.
Because you're the best in the business, Scoot. Here, Scoot. Here we go. Let's have 90 seconds of you. Go.
I have my orange Thing T-shirt on because we're going to be discussing the Thing. Also, did you see last night at SummerSlam, the wrestler CM Punk wore a Fantastic Four themed outfit because he's a fan of the Thing.
Yeah, his catchphrase is "It's clobbering time" when he comes out. So
yeah.
I got to go back and read his. He did a short Thor story for a Thor annual one year.
Yep, he did.
I remember him and Jason Aaron having a joint signing at Challengers in Chicago.
Didn't you argue with him about boxing?
Well, I didn't mean to, but because there people were bringing up wrestling belts for him to autograph, and I said, that's cool. I go, I don't understand why they don't do that for boxing. And he heard me, and he looked up from his signing, and he's like, because nobody gives a damn about boxing anymore. And I'm like, hey, watch your mouth,
Johnny.
and he laughed.
You want to take this outside?
Exactly. Yeah. It's just like me and Virgil. It's like, all right, you just watch your mouth, pal.
He probably recognized your voice from the score.
And you wound up killing Virgil.
You didn't know who I was.
And Hulk Hogan passed away this week too.
Yeah, that was last week.
Or last week.
Mario says Punk got screwed last night on SummerSlam. Is that what happened, Scoot?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he won, and then he got cashed in, and someone else stole his belt.
Oh, that's nice. I appreciate what Rudy's saying. Rudy says that the Al Milgrom conversation on Word Balloon is a must listen. He's the new Marty Pasco. I completely agree with that.
Yes, he is. That man's got stories.
And honestly, another Terrificon guest, Jerry Ordway. But wait, Jerry Ordway, also a great history lesson on my recent talk with Jerry.
That guy, Jesus, Ordway, what a pain in the.
Also at Terrificon from August 8th to the 10th, I will be there, and I will have stickers of mine and Scoot's new book, Ninja Kaiju, which comes in February.
Yeah,
you should pre-order now.
Unleashed.
And somewhere there's a comic book that you drew that will be on sale. Don't.
Oh yeah, that's right. While you're looking for it,
I'm looking for it.
Well, while you're looking for it, I'll acknowledge what Chemdog is saying. And yes, today Lonnie Anderson passed away. Everybody.
Oh no!
Oh.
I met her.
79
KRP.
Yes, indeed.
That's too bad. Though when I met her, though, dude, she looked like a mannequin. It was insane.
Yeah, she got all plastic looking as the years went by. I liked when she was in Night at the Roxbury when she played the boy's mother.
Artie would say she turned into Amigo. Artie would say
she was on the Incredible Hulk with brown hair when I was a kid.
I remember seeing her back in the 70s pre-KRP when she would show up in her natural hair color and everything.
Yeah.
I want to say she was on a Fantasy Island pre-KRP as well.
She was on a lot of shows back then.
God, yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Between the two, I'd go Bailey Quarters. Always.
Oh, Jan Smithers was amazing. Beautiful woman.
Jan Smithers.
I guess Chemdog says it was Tuesday short of her 80th birthday. I didn't know that. And Haas liked my Jerry Ordway interview. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
Good. Oh yeah, Haas.
Haas.
Hold on a second. Jeff Watkins says, Johnny, I hope you can do a recurring series of interviews with Al Milgrom. All you need to do is put a quarter in them and sit back. Yeah. Totally, man. No, very, very much like Marty Pasco back in the day. Absolutely. And it was great. I didn't know there was, I guess, one of the tidbits that I had never heard before. I knew there were other companies that did this, but he was talking about a publisher from the late 50s and into the mid 60s that either bought or discovered a bunch of the printing plates of old Golden Age stories. And so he came up with a new comic book company and commissioned artists to do new covers, but essentially reprinted the old Golden Age stories and stuff inside. And I had never heard of this company or these comics specifically, but I know that other, Big Bang did that. I believe that was the name of the company back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
They used to do they would reprint the original Western Ghost Rider stories, things like that.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, I can't find it, but there's a Clerks variant cover. Not Clerks. What is it? Jane Silent Bob meet Archie that Franco did, and I had it here, and they'll be on sale. And Franco will be signing them at the show. And there's another book by very first Captain Terrificon presents The Scary Squad, written by Paul Kupperberg. It's a full-length adventure about kids at a show at Terrificon, actually. And that's on sale at the show. Debut, pick it up, get it autographed by the...
And also, if I may, the Word Balloon magazine, the specific Jim Shooter transcribed interview that happened at Terrificon about 2 or 3 years ago. My dear buddy Owen from Ireland managed to make some hard copies.
There you go.
I will be selling them there. And hey, if you like the Shooter tribute panel, you might want to have these creators autograph the tribute magazine of Jim and everything. So
yes, who will be at that panel? I put it as a surprise, but Milgram will be there.
I figured.
Walt Simonson will be there, and I'm trying to get some of the other old timers that worked with Jim to show up and talk.
Okay,
about
because I know some of them that are at the show did not get along with Jim.
Well, yeah, he was a controversial. No sugarcoating it. He was a controversial figure. Some people loved him, some people hated him, but you can't deny that some of the greatest Marvel comics happened under his regime, and that was Walt Simonson on Thor, Frank Miller on Daredevil, Byrne and Claremont on the X-Men. I mean, this was a magic time. I grew up, that's the Marvel I remember. When you tell me Marvel, that was all the stuff in the late 70s, early 80s. That's what I was reading, all that stuff.
Yeah,
so
Shooter's the guy who he greenlit Marvel Fanfare, Milgram's excellent anthology that he edited.
Created the mini-series, the limited series. That was him with the Secret Wars.
Secret Wars. Yeah, well, he did both Secret Wars and Secret Wars 2, and Milgram worked on Secret Wars 2.
Yeah.
But also for creators, once they heard that, royalties. And also another story that I heard, I didn't hear specifically who they did it for, but there was a creator that they were trying to get insured, but they were going through kind of office red tape. The guy passed away, but Jim still was able to put through the paperwork so that the widow could get the death benefits from the insurance.
Oh, that's nice.
And it's like, no, this was a company screw up. He should have been insured a long time ago by us. So I'm happy to do it. So yeah, I mean, he
was a big creators' rights guy. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I sat there and talked to him in the lobby. I can't remember when it was. He was waiting for his car and stuff. And he was, I just think, because I grew up, my dad was a construction worker. My mom had a job as a phone operator. He was a blue collar guy from Pittsburgh. His dad worked in the steel mills. He started working when he was 13, trying to get money by writing stories for DC. So I'm not getting on a pulpit here, but if you grew up with working class family and you grew up kind of poor, that never goes away. And you get an understanding and respect for working every day and hard work and what it is to get money and not be frugal. This guy had that. And I could tell just the way he carried himself. He would sit there and he'd talk to you and it's, Mr. And this is very, I didn't see the scream. I didn't know the guy in the 80s. I don't know the screaming matches. I've heard stories, but the one I dealt with was a professional, polite, respectable, and had stories and just never was like, it was all about me. Never did that. It was kind of, I thought he was humble from my talks to him. He didn't say, I did this and I did that. Cause I know plenty of guys that do that in this industry that take credit for everything. So 2
things. When I was in my 20s and working in radio, I was made a manager. And I was a little full of myself as a manager, as someone I think when they're young. Also, he kind of reminds me, Scoot, you'll appreciate the baseball analogy I'm about to do. Kind of like Ted Williams in terms of great writer, but hard to convey. As Al was telling me in my conversation with him, Milgram was saying that it was hard for Jim to explain what he wanted from a writing standpoint sometimes. And also further, he took over as editor-in-chief after a lot of these guys were very comfortable editing their own books. And I'm sure a lot of them did not like to hear that now they had to answer to a boss who wasn't going to let Roy.
Yeah, no, absolutely, dude. That's a lot of it too. Because Ordway, I'm not going to talk about Jerry, but he'll sell me stories about other editors and people that worked at Marvel that moved on to other things that hated this guy and would go on about it. And then Jerry's like, well, what do you think of that? And I looked at him, I go, I don't got a problem with that. He goes, what do you mean? I go, dude, I worked with people. I don't know what it was like working at DC and that, but I've worked with managers and bosses that you would go crying the way they would talk to you. This is before this whole politically correctness and, rights and stuff. We're talking the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah.
They were ruthless. I got emails that would make you cry about
Sure.
what they would call people, not worry about it, and on and
Oh,
on.
yeah.
So I could only imagine what it was like. But you learn from people and go, well, I'm not going to act that way. When I become a person in charge, because I was like 23 years old, an art director, which was weird, and I had guys older than me reporting to me. They didn't want to do the stuff. Who are you, kid? You're 23. I'm a copywriter. I've been here 10 years. I'm an art director. I've been a graphic designer. I'm like, dude, they picked me. So what do you want me to do? And it's not easy to get respect and have people do the work because they think they know more than you and they don't want to do your deadlines. But Shooter, you had to get the book to the printer. They had to get it in the mail. They had ads to go out. They had everything. It was like a train. You got to make the train leave the station on time.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people down the road are dependent on that train to be there because they need to get their job and go to work.
Right.
You got a lot of freelance guys. They're creative. They want to do it when they want to do it. I'll work it. I'll send it. It's hard to get people to do that stuff.
I agree. Do you know
that's where a lot of hatred comes from?
Do you know Cliff on Comics, Mitch? He's saying hello to you.
Yeah. Hey, Cliff. I know Cliff.
Did you do his podcast or something?
I've done about 60 of them. I'm sure I was on
There
that
you
one.
go. There you go.
I know Cliff. I'm just kidding.
All right, there you go.
Carrie will come up here. She's always watching you.
Yeah, I would imagine Carrie and the Splash Pages people.
Yeah, they love you. They always talk about.
They do love me, and it's very flattering that they do. Steve
I
Small
know.
says,
You don't really know yet, Johnny. That's
exactly.
I know. I tell them, I go, you don't want to know that guy.
It's true. Steve Small says, "Has anyone acknowledged about Johnny having the disembodied head?" Yeah, this is my
Every
tribute.
week that we do that.
This is my tribute to Krypton on in the
He's one of the judges.
Guilty.
One of the council elders.
Indeed.
Yes.
I'm Trevor Howard.
Mm-hmm. But and you're from Krypton.
Yes, Krypton. Exactly, Krypton.
I heard the other day the reason why that he has Marlon Brando has a Superman S on his shirt in that movie is because he wanted to wear the S. I'm like, are you kidding me? Because when I was a kid, I remember going to the movies going, why does he get the S on his shirt? Why? And that's the house of L. That's the thing. I go, yeah, they made up that story there because I'm like, that never.
But it works.
Yeah, it works. It works fine.
It works. Yeah, Krypton. Yeah.
I kind of want to go back and watch the Krypton series that Sci-Fi Channel ran a couple of years ago
with Adam Strange.
Yeah.
If Artie was here right now, I'll say it because he's not. I'm never going to watch it.
Yeah.
Scoot, I have been rewatching episodes of Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh,
they're on Netflix.
Yeah,
that show started off good, then it went crazy, then at the end it was like I don't know, college production.
Well, just like the Flash. I thought the Flash kind of
started off great, and
his costume looked better at the end though.
It did look better. But the stories they started in those year-long stories, and it if it doesn't grab you in the first episode, like this year Iris is going to die, and then you're like, okay.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, that honestly, that was my problem. And I was going to say, unlike Superman and Lois, who had a bad third season, kind of because Lois was dealing with cancer, and it's like Lois is not going to die of cancer. I'm sorry, I don't buy this. Oh no, what are we going to do? And I should ask Bitsy or Biddy.
You should. You know what? You're right. That was a cop out because the head of the show, whose name's in the title, unless you watch it next week and it's like Superman and Lana, then that's not.
And Lana.
I guess they weren't kidding with that, huh?
Suddenly Lana showed, or no, Lana was on the show. That's right.
I'll tell you what. The first time my friend goes, "Hey, did you watch Eyes of Wakanda?" I said, "Oh, is that on?" He's like, "Yeah, it started on the first." I'm like, "All right." I tried to watch that last night. It's animated. It tells like history of the Wakanda nation hundreds of years ago. There's like pirates going on. Then I watched, and there's another character from the Marvel universe shows up in the thing, but it takes place a long time ago. It's hard to get into. I'm sorry. It looks good. Yeah, I tried. What are you
going to do? I
don't know. I try to like it all, but
well, that's why. I mean, it's a shame because what they should have done is done maybe a prequel with T'Chaka, the Panther's father.
Yeah, I thought when I first heard this, I thought it was going to be with Denai, with the girl from The Walking Dead that was in the movie. Denai something. I thought it was going to be a live action show, and I thought it was like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., except it was called Agents of Wakanda. And I'm thinking, that might be an interesting premise about what's going on in that secret nation. I mean, you can bring in other villains. It's a whole new canvas. You could create a whole subplot of characters we don't know about, which is good, and it doesn't really affect the overall movies because it's in Wakanda itself. But no, they went to this animated history thing. I'm like, it's not where I would have gone. But
it's interesting because supposedly moving forward, they're going to keep the TV stuff separate from the movie stuff now.
I saw that they're only going to do one live action thing a year. I'm like, then what the hell am I paying all this money for Disney Plus if I'm watching one of these things? You know.
And Wonder Man is coming, I guess, in December.
Wonder Man's coming.
Is that a movie?
Marvel Zombie.
TV show.
No, it's a TV show.
It's a TV show, and what you call it is Wonder Man.
Who?
The bad guy from the Aquaman movies, Mantis.
Oh, that guy. Oh,
Yeah.
Black Manta.
Black Manta,
Okay.
yeah.
I heard. What else is coming? They got Marvel Zombies, Wonder Man, and they're doing one other thing. I was like, oh,
Another animated thing? I don't know.
No, Vision is next year. The Vision show.
yeah.
That's filming right now. Yeah.
Yeah, Terry Metalis from Picard.
And I think that's it. Maybe a Hawkeye 2, maybe season 2.
Oh yeah, I heard that they're doing Hawkeye 2. They're having trouble. They didn't want to pay Jeremy Renner, but apparently they reached an agreement.
Yeah, I think that's.
Oh,
that's
good. I'm
good.
glad they reached an agreement.
Yes.
That's good. Chemdog says that the actor that played Ian Chesterton in the original Doctor Who was one of the Kryptonian judges as well. And all right. Haas says he's currently watching Supergirl on Netflix and enjoying it. Supergirl was good. It was really good. Really good.
Terrificon? Carl Lumley, who played the Martian Manhunter's father, I think, on Supergirl,
and the Martian Manhunter himself too.
Did he play?
No.
Yeah, Justice League.
Yeah, in
the cartoon, but I think
the cartoon.
He played somebody's
because he might have been. I don't know. I mean,
on
for me,
Supergirl. Yeah,
for me, Carl Lumley, of course, the Mantis, and of course in the Captain America: Brave New World movie, he's Isaiah Bradley, indeed. So hope to be, if not before Terrificon, afterwards. Kyle Baker finally came back to me, and I look forward to talking to him about Truth, the original.
Yes, he'll be at the show too. Yeah.
Yep.
You know what sucks? I only have so many panels, as you know, Johnny, because you're doing almost all of them.
10.
And,
10.
I know, and I'm like, because I was on another radio show. Guy goes, "Can I do some panels?" I go, "I don't have rooms for all these panels." I mean, it is what it is. But I was like, I should have got Kyle Baker because he's such an interesting guy to do a panel. But it's like, okay, well then if you do that, you got to throw this one
11.
overboard. Which one are you doing?
Well, that's why you snuck one more in on me, and I'm like, all right.
No, that was the Joe Kelly one because I think you just talked to Joe Kelly.
No, actually, I haven't. But
Joe wrote to me and said, "Hey, can I do a panel?" And then Owen King, Stephen King's son, who's at the show, he wrote to me and said, "Hey, can I do a panel?" And then you're like, "Yeah, all right, okay."
Well, that's cool.
You're not doing the Owen King.
I'm not doing Owen King, and I'm relieved that I'm not doing the Owen King.
I didn't even ask you to do a panel, and you
are on a panel though.
I know.
Because I had to give Johnny a break, man. I was like, I can't do another one. Chris Eliopoulos. How do you say it? Eliopoulos. Chris Giarusso. It's all the Chris's. I think Artie's in there too. And it's about keeping comics fun. Or Hey Kid Comics or something like that. You're in charge though, Franco.
Great.
There you go. Artie's also, even though he's not on tonight, Artie will be a terrific on this week.
Artie's going to be there, yeah. Artie Jr. with him.
Rudy is absolutely right, and maybe it's still early. We haven't decided, and actually, I'll talk to Bennis about this. But he says Truth, Red, White, and Black would be a great book club choice.
That would be.
Yeah. I agree. I chose one of Joe Casey's books that I like Joe Casey a lot as a writer, and yes, Chemdog, I agree. I like Kyle Baker's Plastic Man series, and also his wonderful work on The Shadow with Andy Helfer.
Oh my God, I love that Shadow. That was crazy. After Chaykin left and he took over, he made him a robot and took the Shadow's head. And the book ended, and they never finished the story after issue 19. I was so pissed.
Yep.
Damn it.
Kind of like the Kaluta years of The Shadow as well, that kind of ended.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, luckily they were done in one stories back then, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, the Shadow could be a hard sell sometimes if you don't.
No, that Plastic Man series is very hard to get because they collected it in a nice bound cover with a Plastic Man thing, like he looks like the book, like you're reading the
Yeah.
But the artwork's crazy. It's like almost like a Ren and Stimpy style type of look.
Well, that's why I appreciate Kyle's art, because he can do so many different ways. And that shadow thing, for being a pulp hero, was very unconventional for that moment. You know, Chaykin's art was a little more traditional compared to what Kyle was doing. So, yes, Mario, I agree. Why I Hate Saturn was an amazing comment. I'm not sure why you're bringing it up, but sure. Of course.
That's one of his books, Kyle's.
Oh, shame on me. I thought he was just out of nowhere going, hey, I got wild hair up my butt. Sorry, Mario.
He also did that Beatles book, The Fifth Beatle. He's
yes,
on
he did.
He's
I know.
Yeah,
with Vivek Tiwari, who's a great writer. And I never talked to Kyle about that. You're right. I think it was Kyle. Was it Kyle?
Kyle's on it. Yeah, he's on that.
Because Alex Robinson also.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe he just did the cover. Maybe Alex just
His
did.
His name is on the cover. He did something.
Yeah. All right. There you go. So I apologize, Mario. I wasn't sure. I didn't remember. I'll confess I have not read Why I Hate Sarah.
Johnny, did you happen to see Kevin Smith's review of Fantastic Four?
No.
Did he love it?
Go ahead.
I don't know. I was just asking because I watched his Superman review and he cried because he liked it so much.
He cries all the time.
Also, I love his reviews. Essentially, it's like a 5-year-old like telling you everything that happened in the movie, and then. So whatever. I'm sure he loved it. Well, and again, I stopped paying attention to Kevin Smith's reviews because he likes everything, and if he doesn't like something, he'll find an excuse not to talk about it.
Yeah, but then Mark Bernardin. Oh, actually, Mark Bernardin is one of the writers on Eyes of Wakanda. I saw his name on the credit.
I like Mark a lot. He's a good, honest broker when it comes to
no. But when he does movie reviews, like if Kevin's crying about it, he's more grounded. He's like, yeah, but Superman had a little too many characters, and I would have liked it if this and that. And then Kevin's like, oh yeah, I could see that, because he's like, you don't stop the love fest, buddy. There was still little hiccups here and there, No, Mark is more like us. I mean, but Mark works on Star Trek and stuff, so I don't know what to do, because
I look forward to that day when I am at a bar after hours at a con.
What happened?
And yeah, just off the record, what the hell happened? Tell me about it.
He was on season 2 of Picard, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, that was a shitty season.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Even I knew that.
Yeah.
I don't watch it, and I heard it was bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was I going to say about either Fantastic Four or something? Oh, I was going to say that Kevin, when he reviewed the he was planning this massive show with Josh Trank, who wrote the Fant Four.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I saw the movie, and so I'm going to bail on that.
Trank came out and shitted all over the damn thing, and it was like, what are you doing? You'll never work again. And I don't think he's worked since. I don't think Josh Trank's worked anymore.
He has not worked since that.
No, because you can't be, when
it's
Shia. What?
I was going to say it's a shame, because his movie Chronicle was an excellent superhero movie.
Chronicle was, but not Fantastic Six.
Yeah, but fine. And again, I understand, but not every movie can be a winner. And Joel Schumacher certainly worked after Batman and Robin. So, well, I'm saying.
Well, no, Batman and Robin, did that make money? I know everyone hated it, but did it make money, though? Because that's what Hollywood looks at,
I don't know. Look, somebody can look it up, either
I hated that
or
movie.
Somebody else. It was horrible. I still haven't seen the whole movie.
Which movie?
Batman and Robin, Mr. Freeze.
Oh, yeah, I saw that in the theater when I was
I
in high school.
saw it in the theater, too, yeah.
I watched it 5 times.
Did you really?
No.
Mr. Freeze is smoking a cigar. He's supposed to be cold.
Only one I never saw was Catwoman. I've never watched that one with Halle.
And I never watched it.
No.
Oh, that was crap.
I'm never going to watch that.
I agree with Rudy. He says I would ask Mark Bernardin what it was like working with Tricia Helfer, because they did the Battlestar Rewatch podcast. Yeah. I like Tricia's podcast. She interviews a lot of other Hollywood people, and I also like Michael Rosenbaum.
Isn't that Katie Sackhoff who does the?
You are right. I'm getting everything wrong tonight. Why I Hate Saturn?
No, I thought he did Tricia Helfer. No, I think you're right. I think it was her. It was
Tricia did the
rewatch.
The rewatch show. But Katie's doing the interview show.
Right.
I met Tricia Helfer when she was still
number 6.
The show was about to premiere, or she was in the first season, and it wasn't really taken off. And I remember being at a convention somewhere, and I literally turned the corner, and like I almost fell over her table because like they had a table like behind a booth, you know, or she was signing with the booth or something like that or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I watched the show. I really like it. I hope it,
I'm
continues.
sorry I fell in your lap. Yeah.
But I wanted to kind of redo it and fall in her lap. But she was
Sure.
very nice. She was very nice.
Mario, and I didn't know this, but apparently Josh Trank did the Capone film in 2020 with Tom Hardy as Capone.
Oh,
I
never
did not
saw
know that.
Yeah.
Good, I'm glad. Because again, I felt bad for the guy that
Yeah.
it was a crappy movie, but Chronicle was really good, and it's like, hey, this guy needs to, he needs another shot.
Did Tim Story die? Was
I
he
don't
the Fantastic Four guy? He was the one that did the first two Fantastic
Yeah, he
Four.
directed
That's right.
the first two.
That's
I don't know
right.
if he-
Yeah, but I don't see him anymore. I'm like, is he still around?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Didn't he do kids movies before the
Yeah.
Fantastic Four movies?
Yep.
Oh.
Spy Kids or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
he was the Spy Kids guy?
I think he did
Well,
one of them.
Rodriguez directed, unless
Oh, that's
he
right.
passed
It
it
was
off to
Rodriguez.
other people. But Rodriguez, I know, did at least the first one, if not all of them. But I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, there you go, boyos. We can wrap here if you'd like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get
Sure.
going. I gotta work.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
I got to go do stuff for.
I got to finish up a commission.
And I will be back right here on the Word Balloon channel. You have to look up the link. But in about 40 minutes, I will be talking to Brian Michael Bendis,
Oh,
Michael Avon Oming, because they are bringing back Powers
Oh,
very
wow.
shortly. The final order cutoff is coming up. And we will be discussing the first issue and what their plans are as they celebrate the 25th anniversary of Powers right here on Word Balloon. So
Nice.
there you go.
Johnny, I was wrong. Tim Story did not do Spy Kids. He did Barbershop, the movie Barbershop.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, which
Sure.
was good. Yeah.
They were not kids' movies, but
No.
there you go. I like Galactus lighting up. Very nice.
Yeah, there he is. His eyes aren't square though, but that's okay.
Exactly. I don't know. It's missing something. I don't know.
they're like a goat's eye. They're like a goat's eye.
It is like a goat's eye.
You ever see a goat's eye? Square. You
Very
ever see a
good.
great white's eye? Like a doll's eye.
You ever seen a grown man naked, Joey?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't go see that this weekend. I tried
Neither
to.
have I. I'm
I
looking
did.
forward to it.
I saw it.
And
If
what,
you
how was
need-
Naked Gun?
We
How was-
laughed the whole movie. It was funny. Yeah, the
Really?
whole time. My dad, we
That's
took
what
my
it's supposed
dad,
to do.
who's a huge Leslie Nielsen fan. He loves the old ones. He's like, that was good. He's like, we thought my friend's dad came also, and my friend's like, watch, no matter what, my dad's gonna say it was good, but not as good as the original. But he never said that. He's like, it was good,
Wow.
and it's good in its own way. Like I'm not gonna compare it because it's
No,
modern.
no,
you know?
no.
Hey, Seth MacFarlane knows how to do these movies.
Yeah.
And I think Liam Neeson has shown, and I understand, Franco, I still like, because you're right.
8 Million Ways to Die.
I liked it. I liked
Yeah.
it. But I agree, it's not a perfect movie. There's a lot wrong
No.
with it.
Yeah,
But
a lot.
but yeah, no, that's fair. But
The,
Liam Neeson, every time Liam Neeson has done comedy with Seth,
I will
He
say,
does it well.
in
He's
8
good.
Million Ways to Die, when Liam Neeson shows up, it was funny.
Yeah.
He's
and
funny.
even
Neeson-
in Ted 2, when Ted is the cashier at the grocery
Gets a
store.
box of
Yeah,
cereal.
I understand tricks are for kids. I'm not breaking it. I'm not breaking any laws, am I, by buying this?
No, he's good. And if you ever watch the show Life is Short with Ricky Gervais, it was about Warwick Davis. He was the guy that was the Ewok. He was trying to get movie roles.
Yeah.
And Liam Neeson comes into the casting, director. He's like, I want to do more comedy. Like, oh, I think it was Ricky Gervais. He's like, oh, teach me to do comedy. So they go, okay, we're going to do an improv. You're selling fruit on the street corner, and you're trying to get rid of apples, and go. And he goes, hello, I'm selling fruit here, and I have full-blown AIDS, and I'm going to die. And they're like, whoa, no, get rid of that. Stop that. Do it again. And he goes, okay, take it from the top now. This time you're in a barber shop, and you're a barber, and you're going to do something real funny. Okay, I'm a barber, and I have full-blown AIDS, and I'm about to die. They're like, no, will you stop with the full-blown AIDS thing? But
hilarious.
he was funny. He's got that deadpan.
Yeah, well, that's the
delivery.
thing.
Yeah.
And that's, just like Leslie Nielsen, before
Yeah.
somebody told him, hey, you're really, really funny. And then
Yeah.
all the subsequent post-Police Squad movies were horrible.
You want to laugh? I think whatever talk show he would show up on, either Conan I want to
Oh,
say
yeah.
it was Conan O'Brien. He'd always bring like a fart bag with him.
Yes.
And, yeah, Leslie.
Oh yeah,
Nielsen.
Leslie
Yes.
Nielsen. Yeah.
They're funny, yeah.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
thought
they're
you
great.
meant Liam Neeson. I'm like, really?
No,
He's
Leslie
he's
Nielsen.
dating Pamela
Pamela
Anderson.
Anderson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was
she is.
pretty. She was funny in the movie too.
That's good to know. That's
Yeah.
good. No, I'm going to try
And
and see it
I'll watch it.
before.
And their popcorn bucket is a giant beaver.
Is it really?
Yeah,
it's
and the
amazing
back
part of
opens up. So I tell Sharon, I go, hey, what are we doing this weekend? We're getting ready for Terrificon. We got to do all this stuff. I go, can't we go to the movies and go see The Naked Gun? It's only 90 minutes or whatever. She's like,
Yeah,
I'll kill you if you go to the movies. And I'm like, I could have gone tonight. No offense to this show, but I'm like,
yeah,
I would have
you should've
snuck
called
out.
me. I would have went.
I would have gone, yeah, let's just go to the movie. Like, oh, I got to go work. Because I want to see that in the theaters. I mean,
Yeah.
I hate watching stuff on TV. I really do. Like,
I think that
I
made it
understand.
funnier that we were in a theater where they were like
People
on opening
laughing.
night.
Yeah,
It was
communal.
packed, and people
Yeah,
were
yeah.
all laughing at the jokes and stuff. Yeah,
Absolutely.
like the Jurassic Park movie, I don't really want to see it because it's probably crap. But to see giant dinosaurs and what's her name, Scarlett Johansson, running through a jungle and them trying to eat her and stuff, I go, I'll see that in a big screen. When it's on TV, it's not the same thing, you know.
No, but I do want to see Naked Gun. We'll see.
Yeah, I did see Happy Gilmore too.
Oh, how was that?
I'm hearing terrible things.
Yes.
Really? And it had like 48 million viewers, the biggest thing ever. I'm
'cause-
like, wow.
yeah, but
Because
that's
everybody was curious. Yeah.
right. I mean, that's I was at a 60th birthday party, and one of my buddies who likes lowbrow comedy, he's like,
Yeah.
no, it sucked. And I'm like, well, if
Yeah.
you're saying it sucked, that's saying something.
Yeah.
The only one that was on Netflix that I was shocked it was on Netflix because it was so good was Axel F, or the last Eddie Murphy one. That could have been in theaters. I don't know why they just went to Netflix. I'm like, this is good enough.
I
It would
agree.
have played a couple weeks and made a couple $100 million. I'm like, I don't know what the hell they were.
You know, he was just on the Today Show, Eddie Murphy, with Al
Yeah.
Roker, and apparently, and I wonder why. Although maybe Eddie will be better than Steve Martin. They're
Yes.
making a new Pink Panther.
I
and he's gonna
saw
be
that. He's
Clouseau.
Inspector Clouseau. I was like, why?
just make a new movie that feels like it. Don't make the same characters and everything.
I never.
Oh,
I
you
never
missed
liked Steve
you missed
Martin.
our Star Trek discussion in the beginning. That's exactly what we were saying.
My kids watched the Steve Martin ones, and I was like, you know, this is another movie with another guy named Peter Sellers, and they didn't get it, but you know, I think they liked it, but I never liked Steve Martin in those movies.
Sorry. Well, they
Yeah,
made
but-
two, so it did well enough that they made two of them. So
Yeah, I know, but they also made two of Father of the Bride or whatever. It was called.
Yeah.
yeah, Rudy says Eddie's deal with Netflix is why it wasn't in theaters.
Oh, okay.
Kind
I
of
was
like Sandler with Netflix. You
Yep.
know.
oh, is that what they did? They paid
Yeah.
him big money to have this thing.
Oh,
on?
yeah.
We
Yep.
talked about this somewhere on yeah or whatever about.
Oh, all right. I was
Sandler
gonna say,
and why.
this is why movie theaters are dying. They're doing it to themselves, and then they just go, I don't know why no one's going to the theater. That movie played for at least 3 weeks before we put it on streaming. Like, okay, whatever.
Yep.
Stupid.
All right, boys.
hate
We won't have a Trek watch immediately because we're all going to be at Terrificon. And
I'll be
Scoot
here.
Scoot will be there, but
Yeah,
he'll
I'll
be
watch
by
it.
himself.
Yeah, I'll watch Trek.
But yeah, we look forward to seeing the people that will be at Terrificon. Thank you as always, and in advance. And we'll reconvene post Terrificon. We'll give Mitch maybe usually like get out of town after Terrificon, don't you? Mitch?
No, I come home and cut the lawn.
Okay.
Seriously. I do it. I walk the dog, cut the lawn.
All right. Well, then hopefully
I
we'll
cry.
we'll
cry
talk.
a lot.
We'll maybe a few days after the fact. We'll talk about the next Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, and talk to you then. But until then, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for listening. Until 10:30, everybody. In about 35 minutes, join me with Mike Oming and Brian Bendis. But until then, everybody stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy.